Hello there. Welcome back to Grandma Ray Don't Play, and I'm Rachel. So, I want to talk to you about your assets and liability. Your assets and liability. Okay? And this is all because of the infection that's going on nationwide and how you stand and what you can do about some of your situations. So these are only suggestions, okay? Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Share the video with others if you think this information is going to help them, because everybody is on trying times and we all need to hear some advice, some solutions for you to consider. Okay? All right, so let's get started. Okay, let's talk about the housing market. The housing market is crashing. So that means that, let's say you own a house. If the market keeps going down, that means that the equity, that equity is the money that you've paid your mortgage every month. So each month you build up equity, which is just some cash that is built into the plan, so that when you get ready to refinance or sell, you have some good money sitting there from paying your mortgage all this time. So your equity can start going down, down, down. And when that happens, that means, let's say your house was worth $500,000 before this, and the equity keeps going down. Then your house could end up, maybe worth $475,000. That's just for instance, okay? Because each house you gotta check the area and that sort of thing. But my point is, I want you to keep an eye on that. Start asking questions. If you don't know the answers, call a realtor and ask them. Because what you don't want to do is, you don't want to see all of your assets disappear. Okay? Because there are lots of things that you can do when you see that happen. You can decide whether you're going to ride this out and then wait until the market bounce back. Or you might say, okay, well, I want to sell my assets right now because I don't want to lose what I've gained. Okay, so those are options that you have. Other things that's going on with the housing market is, the second stimulus bill was just passed in the House, but it has not been passed with the Senate and the President. And in that bill, people don't have to pay rent for up to 1 year. Now, every tenant is not going to go there, but there may be some tenants that have to go there because of the lack of funds. So you got to find out, where does that leave you? How does that hold up with you and your bills that you have to pay to maintain the house and that sort of thing, okay? So these are things that you need to really consider, because again, it will determine whether or not you want to sell, you want to hold out, or do you need to go get a loan for yourself for this time period so that you can make sure that your bills are paid. Or do you want to do a forbearance? That's another thing that was suggested in this second stimulus bill. What's a forbearance? A forbearance is usually, you say all payments is on hold, and they put those payments on at another time, usually at the end of the loan. Okay, that's a forbearance. And how does that hold up with you in terms of how do you feel about that? Are you okay with that? Everybody's not okay with that. So those are options that you need to start thinking about now before things get too far. At least be a wise person to know what's going on in the housing market pertaining to your house. Okay? All right. And your tenants. All right? Your 401k. That's a problem. Usually 401ks are you have a portfolio and it's made up of different stocks. So you might have one stock in, I don't know, Amazon. You might have another stock in Home Depot, so forth and so on. So it's called diversify. Okay, the problem right now is that all these companies are suffering right along with us because of no business, right? So what do you think is happening to your stock if the companies is suffering due to no business? Your stock is going down, 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 down. Now that's something else that, you know, you have had. 401k, you usually pay into that through your job. So you pay a portion and usually the job will match it. Not all the time, but most of the time jobs, if they want, can match it. And so now you have this, your portion, the job portion, and it goes into these stocks, okay? So you've done a good job, you say, and you've built up a nice portfolio. Your stocks is doing good. You can look over and see that you got thousands or something like that in your 401k, and now they're going to go down, down, down. Well, you know you need your 401k for when you retire, right? If that goes down, you got to say, okay, how old am I? Do I have time for this to bounce back? So let's say you're 62, I don't know, 66, 62. Okay, at 62, you might not have time for that to bounce back, because this may take years to bounce back. So you could actually lose. So I have a suggestion to you. This is a suggestion. You do not have to have your 401k invested in stock. You can have your 401k just get interest only, and it's usually like 2% interest or some low number like that. But you know what? At least that locks that in. You don't have to worry about losing your money or due to the stock, because you're not going to lose. You're going to get 2% on whatever you have from that day that you change it over onward until the market comes back. When the market comes back, you can change it back to stock if you want. That's my suggestion to you, especially if you don't have maybe 5 years or more for this to bounce back, because you don't know if it's going to bounce back or not. 401k, please look into it. Also, you know, you can take a loan against your 401k in times like this. And in times like this, you may not have to pay it back, or maybe it's not a penalty. Look into those facts. I do know there's certain circumstances, and I haven't done this in a while, but I do know that much, okay? So that's something that you need to look into immediately, because do not let your 401k just dwindle down with this situation. Please look into that, okay? Remember, again, you can go with the sure thing, which is a 2% interest, and therefore and not invest in stock at all. And then therefore, at least you're locking in your money and you're saving your money so that it doesn't get plunged down, okay? All right. Your car note. Okay. So you can go to the lender that is financing your car and see if you can skip some payments. Usually they have that capability. If so, maybe you want to skip some payments until you see how things are going, because right now you need to have all available cash for you, because you don't know how the situation is going to go, okay? Another thing you should look into is, okay, do you have a high interest rate? Can you refinance the car to get a lower interest rate? Look into that, because interest rates are very, very low right now, and you could save a lot of money. okay, I would definitely consider this back. Also, you know, let's say you have a house. You might can refinance your house and get rid of all bills, all credit bills, credit cards, the car note, get rid of all bills so that now you have more cash available and you don't have to worry as much. Yes, when you refinance, your mortgage is going to go up, but it may not go up that much because mortgage interest rates is very low right now, and you might actually save. Please look into that, okay? All right. And I just touched on the credit cards, okay? You know, credit cards. Some people are paying 23%, 28%, 18% interest. Crazy, 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 crazy. So you've got to figure out how to get rid of the credit cards that have an interest like that. So you might have to open up another credit card and transfer that balance over to the credit card that is maybe offering you 0% interest for X amount of time. Okay, so that you can save on the interest. And then once you've done that, I want you to sit down with a pencil and paper and figure out how, make out your written budget and figure out how you're going to pay extra money on these credit cards so that you can get rid of them, because as you can see now, we are in trouble. So we don't have time to have all these credit cards because you can see your job can stop at any moment. This epidemic can come back at any moment. So we need to be prepared from this point on, okay? Okay. Car insurance. Let's talk about car insurance. Some of you have a $1,000 deductible. Some have a $500 deductible. I carry a $300 deductible because in my mind, I said, you know what? I might can dig up $300, but can I dig up $1,000 if something happens? No, that might take quite a few weeks for me to do that. So, you know, consider that. And so you say, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, well, yeah, but that takes your payment up. Okay. Well, let's do a comparison. Call them, call the car insurance company, and ask, what's the difference in the two prices? And so when they give you the difference, it's going to be, they may say, for instance, they may say it's going to cost you $50 more a year. So you divide the $50 into the number of payments that you make on your car insurance. So let's say you make 10 payments a year on your car insurance. And if you divide the $50 into the 10 payments, so that's how much more it will cost you a month. So you can very well see that it's better for you to pay that little extra, I don't know, $5, maybe 10, whatever it is, a month, than it is for you to figure out how you're going to get up $1,000 if you're living penny to penny, paycheck to paycheck. You're just not going to have that extra around. So you should definitely consider that. Okay, that's what I would do. And while you're at it, just go ahead and shop around at all these car insurance companies, because right now every company in America is on their knees right now. They're hurting. They're just like every other business. They're trying to hang on by a thread. And I think it's time now that we can make some deals, or we can say, well, hey, you know what? I'm going to go over here and check Liberty Mutual, or I'm going to go over here and I'm going to check this insurance company and do a comparison. Why not? You got nothing but time now. They got you home on quarantine, so you got nothing but time to look into this stuff and make some life changes that will benefit you and your family. Oh, car insurance, okay? and you may have several cars in the family. So maybe you can do a whole family package deal and really save some money. Okay, look into that. That's very important. Okay, so now I got a big one. Oh, I got a big one. I got a big one. I got a big one. I got a big one for you. Okay, let's talk about your spending. Your spending. Okay, are you one of those shopaholics? Come on, admit it. Are you one of those shopaholics? So if you don't know if you're a shopaholic, why don't you go ask somebody in the family and they'll tell you whether you're a shopaholic. Let me explain what a shopaholic is. That's a person who constantly gotta go shopping and spend money. Okay, whether they need it or not, whether somebody else need it or not, this is what they like to do. So as a result, the items come in the house constantly, the bills come in the house constantly, and you are not satisfied until you go back out and do some more shopping. Shopaholic. Well, I think the shopaholic is going to have to find another activity, because you can't just go out and shop like that anymore, because now we have got to save our money, because it's trying times. Can't you see that? Everything is up. The groceries is up. Everything is up. We've got to figure out how to curb that spending and only spend what you have to, and start saving, guys. Start saving, because if we were saving all along, this epidemic wouldn't have caught us like this, because we would have been prepared and ready. You know, let's try that, okay? Stop the shopping and start saving, okay? Okay, so I'm going to close this part of the video, and I'm going to come back with part 2. Now, let me give you a little taste of what part 2 is going to be about. I'm going to talk about the children in private school and in college. Oh yes, we're going to go there. Okay, and how you buy food and how you can save on that. That's a major problem. And how can you cut down on the bills? What's your plan? What is your plan? So I want to come back and dig into those avenues, because I don't want to take you half the way. I want to take you all the way, okay? Okay, so give this a thumb up if you like it. Let me explain to you how important the thumb up is. The thumb up lets YouTube know, hey, I like Grandma Ray's content over there, and so I'm giving her my okay. So please give it a thumbs up. You can press that now, okay? And I want you to share the video. There's no reason why this video and the next one shouldn't go viral, because this is something that everybody got the same problem, and somebody needs some help, and maybe you are the one to help them by sharing this video, okay? And subscribe if this is your first time on my channel. What are you waiting on? I've been waiting on you all along, okay? Please subscribe so that I can make sure that I give you some food for thought. Food for thought. Okay, so until next time on part 2 on this, I will be back. Okay, and love you. Bye-bye.